Welcome everybody.
Welcome, Prof.
Welcome, Prof.
The Earth is round, or flat and immobile as human beings believed for thousands of years. This idea continues to exist in many people, who still believe it today, for religious or other reasons, despite the extraordinary advances in science. Let's think for a moment. Can a flat Earth explain the following 5 phenomena? Falling bodies, but not the moon. Water that does not flow from a bucket that is rotated vertically. The motorcyclist who turns without falling in a spherical chamber. The ball that falls into your hands, or at your feet, when it is thrown vertically in a train traveling at 300 kilometers per hour, or in a plane flying at 950 kilometers per hour. The opposite variations of the durations of day and night during a year, particularly in an extreme way at the poles, that we have the sun at midnight for weeks in summer at the polar circle, and weeks without sunrise in winter. If there are people who still have a doubt, or who want more clarification on the fact that the Earth is round and that it rotates around itself and around the sun, I advise them to watch the 2 parts of this video until the end.
The first physical phenomenon that intrigued human thought was that of the fall of bodies, which we call today gravitation. The Greek philosopher Aristotle thought that the universe was made up of 2 different regions, subdivided into concentric spheres. These are the sublunary world, which extends from the center of the Earth to the sphere of the Moon, and the supralunar world from the sphere of the Moon to that of the stars. For Aristotle, the laws of nature are not the same in these 2 regions. The sublunary world is imperfect. The supralunar world is perfect and immutable. The world as it was imagined by Aristotle remained dominant until the 16th century, despite the fact that other philosophers already thought 23 centuries ago that the Earth was round, by observing movement of the boats on the sea horizon, or other phenomena. Among them, Eratosthenes, a Greek polymath, was the first to measure the diameter of the Earth approximately around 240 BC, with remarkable precision given the means available at the time. He used an ingenious method based on the difference in the angle of the sun between 2 cities located on the same meridian in Egypt, Syene, today Aswan, and Alexandria. By measuring this angle using the shadow of an obelisk planted on the ground in one city, and the absence of shadow at noon at the bottom of a well in the other city, and knowing the distance between the 2 cities, he was able to calculate the circumference of the Earth, and then he deduced its diameter.
However, it was Aristotle's proposal that remained dominant until the 16th century, until the Polish polymath Copernicus introduced the idea of heliocentrism around 1512. According to his theory, the Earth revolves around the sun, which is supposed to be at the center of the universe, against the opinion then accepted by almost everyone, especially men of religion, that the Earth was at the center and immobile. Copernicus, in carrying out the observations and calculations that were to confirm his heliocentric system, encountered difficulties. He thought that the planets have a uniform circular motion, when in reality it is slightly elliptical. It was Kepler, a German astronomer, who would make this discovery almost a century later, in 1609, after studying Copernicus's heliocentric hypothesis. But before Kepler, we had begun to understand the movement of the stars. From the beginning of the 17th century, 3 great scientists, Galileo, Newton, then Einstein, will explain it and theorize it successively. Indeed, in 1609, Galileo had observed with an astronomical telescope the phases of the moon and discovered its craters, which he took for mountains. Then, in 1610, he looked at the planet Jupiter and discovered that it is accompanied by 4 satellites. The same year, continuing his observations, he discovered the phases of Venus. For him, all his observations and others are proof of the truth of the heliocentric hypothesis of Copernicus, and that it is the Earth that revolves around the sun and not the opposite. This led to Galileo being sentenced to life imprisonment by the Church in 1633 for maintaining that the Earth revolves around the sun, although this claim had been declared contrary to Holy Scripture in 1616.
We have seen in this first part the arguments on the shape of the Earth and its history. Is it round or flat, and we have cited 5 phenomena among others that everyone can observe, plus that of the observation of the disappearance of boats on the sea horizon starting from the bottom, which can only be explained by a round Earth, and not flat. Do not forget to watch the second part of this video, in which we will see the continuation of the history of the evolution of scientific knowledge on universal gravitation, going from Newton's theory to Einstein's, and the extraordinary advances in science and its technology which have definitively settled the question on the shape of the Earth. Thank you for watching this first part of the video, and see you soon in another video on scientific knowledge and others.